right, so now that I finally got these back from the powder coaters, I've had them about a week, we need gaskets. This is part of the reason this is called Project Nightmare, not because these took 2.5 months to finally get done. These also. So these showed up, finally. Cometic quoted me a 5-week window for these. It took about 8 weeks to get these. So, the first one we got here, this is the cam cover gasket. The second one is the upper rocker box cover gaskets. And then the final one that we have here from Cometic is the primary cover gasket. I actually went to Harley and got these because I was on a time crunch. I made the decision to pull the lowers off after I'd already ordered these. So these are the lower rocker box gaskets, and this is for the set. This will do both lowers. These are the O-rings for the oil coolant passages that run on top of the rocker boxes. And you will need 4 of these. All right, so we got all the gaskets. Time to get to work. We're gonna start with the cam cover gasket. What do we need to do first? So being that I've already been in this cam chest and put a cam in it and everything, when I pulled the 2 bolts out, that I was not comfortable with a couple of these, the way they were coming out. So we're gonna run this through there, clean these out. These will not rethread. All they're doing is cleaning the threads out. I struggled with a couple of these holes. The issue was the crap in them. So there's a couple of them that got a bunch of crap out of them. That is enough to ruin your torque spec and ruin your threads, ruin your day, and ruin your case. I wiped that down with a clean rag and some brake cleaner. I put 1 bolt in up here just to hold the cover in the gasket. And now this first one, we put some Loctite on, and we're just gonna run it in hand tight. Here's the torque sequence. I'll put all the numbers up here. So first it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I torqued these all to 120. I liked how they all felt, so they all felt good. Because we used that tap tool just to clean out the threads, everything was nice and consistent. All right, so everything's on. Everything has Loctite on all the bolts. I'll put the torque specs right here. It's 144 to 156 inch-pounds. I will also put up the numbers where they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back over here, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right, so I've done my little trick where I don't need to remove these to get this off and on. Now it's time to put this rocker box cover, lower, back on here. When you install this, make sure that the gasket is twisted all properly, because like in the packages I pulled it out of, it was all twisted up and not in the proper orientation, so I had to fold it around a couple times to get it so it wasn't twisted in there. And it's time to put it in. All right, so this one is on. Gasket's all good. Now remember, on this one here, you had to pull this to get this one out. So this will not go in till after. The pattern on this lower rocker box is pretty simple. Put it right here. It's 90 to 120 inch-pounds. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so the lower rocker box is done. All right, so don't forget to put your breather back in. This I've got all kind of lubed up there. Okay, since these got to come out anyways, I'm gonna put this one in here to hold the gasket. So this one here with this style head goes in the middle. Since this one's gonna be hard to show what the torque sequence is on because you can't see the whole thing, I'm gonna do it here. The torque for this is gonna be 120 inch-pounds to 140 inch-pounds. All right, so the pattern for this is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I'll leave this up here for a second. I'll have all my numbers up here so you can see it. I did this one because it was the hardest to do because of clearance issues. So I'm gonna spray on this one. I will show you the finished product when it gets done.